Alright, welcome back to another episode of A Guy and His Projects. Today we are going to be doing a review and install video slash super awesome tip, so stay tuned for a Stahlbus Oil Drain Valve. Okay, now this is a drain valve that does not make your oil change easier per se, it just makes it so much better. It's kind of like when you're living good but you could be better. This is what this is. Okay, your oil change is already super easy. This is not going to make it easier. This is just going to make your life better during that easy oil change. So your next question is going to be, well then why am I watching this? Is it even worth it? Yes, it's worth it in my opinion if you change your own oil on a regular basis. I have 3 vehicles plus a motorcycle that I regularly service, and they all get a lot of miles put on them very quickly. So this is worth it to me. Very well worth it. In fact, I discovered this about a year ago, put it on my Nissan Sentra, loved the heck out of it, so I've got another one, put it on my Nissan Frontier, still love the heck out of it. So this one here is going to go on a 2006 Honda Odyssey, which is my wife's, which of course I also do the servicing on. So that being said, this is a super easy install. Now I'm going to show you how to install it. I'm going to show you how to use it once installed, and I'm going to throw in a tip on how to, let's say your gasket, your oil drain plug gasket is leaking or something to that effect, and you want to change the gasket without draining your whole entire system of oil. I'm going to show you how to do that. Super cool tip, super cool trick. So what we're going to do is I want to show you how this works. We're going to put it into my drain pan without draining the oil, and then I'm going to drain the oil and show you what it looks like on the vehicle. So what's in this box? Let's see. In this box we have this part. Don't know what to call it. You don't know what to anything, so I'll just show you what it does momentarily. This is your cap for post install. You do not really need it. I haven't needed it, but it's still good to have. This is where all the magic happens. This is the part that goes into your drain pan. And then we have the hose, which is what really makes this whole system worthwhile. So how does it work, you say? Well, let me show you, say I. So this is the magic piece. This is the part that's going to go and thread into your oil pan just like your oil drain plug you have now. So these threads will thread in, boom, 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 you're in the drain pan. Oh no, I forgot to put the gasket on. Put the gasket on. Okay, that's your new crushed gasket. Boom, drain it in or plug it in. You never have to touch this again. You never have to unscrew it from the pan again unless there's something wrong and you need to replace something else. I don't know. It's still totally serviceable, still 100% removable, just like your drain plug. It just threads right back off if you need it. But once you thread it on, you shouldn't ever have to take it off because this system rocks. So you're going to put that in there. Okay, for your first oil change. Now when we do the video, I'm going to use one of my other ones because this kit comes with the same pieces, and this is the 3rd kit I've bought, and there's no point in getting all 3 of them all nasty. But I'm going to show you what it looks like. You just plug the hose on like so, and then when it comes time for your oil change, boom, you're going to have a cap on here, if I can thread it on. So you're going to have your cap on. Time for an oil change, boom, pull the cap off. Grab your drain attachment. You're going to plug it in, do a 1/4 turn, boom, boom. All the oil is going to flow out this tube right where you want it, into your catch can, your recycle can, whatever the heck it is you want to put it in. And then when you're done, you just boop, pop it off, 1/4 turn, and you're going to have 2, maybe 3 drips come out of there. That's it. 2 to 3 drips to clean up. Paper towel, no big deal. I've never counted more than 3. Typically it's 2, but sometimes it's 3. So now that you know the basics of how it works, let me show you how it works. So this is the part, this is the end that's going to be in your drain pan. Now in here, this is very low maintenance. All it looks like you have is a C-clip and a spring holding down a ball bearing. So on this side, I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see that round ball bearing in there. You can also see these 2 slots right there on either side. That's what these 2 slots go into. So you push that in, give it a quarter turn, it locks it in place and opens that ball valve. It pushes that spring up or that ball bearing and allows the oil to now flow out. I know you're already going to ask, because people already have, how much longer does it take to drain your oil with this system? Now, my answer to that is I don't know and I don't care. Typically when I'm doing an oil change, I pull the drain plug, I pull the filter, I go up to the top of the vehicle and I top off my windshield fluid, or my I can't talk. My windshield washer fluid, I top off my brake fluid, maybe do a little turkey baster change. I check my coolant reservoir, top that off if need be, and by the time I'm done with all that, my oil's drained. Now, it doesn't seem to matter if I have the old traditional style oil drain plug or if I have this one. By the time I'm done with that, this is drained. I plug everything back up and fill it up with oil, and I'm happy to go. So like I said, don't know if it takes longer, don't care if it takes longer, because for my lifestyle it doesn't make a difference. So all that being said, let's get it installed. The exciting part, how to replace your drain plug gasket without draining your oil or losing any oil whatsoever. First, you get your lovely wife as an assistant or husband, whichever the case might be, buddy, friend, I don't care. Grab your oil crankcase cover cap. You're going to pull that off. And then while you're downstairs, you're going to have your assistant upstairs take the wet dry vac with a rag on top of the hose and just plug the filler vent right there, and you're going to turn the vacuum on. At that point, you are safe to do whatever you want to that oil drain plug, as long as your wife is currently happy with you. So let me climb down there and we'll get started. Okay, so down here we have your assistant upstairs controlling the wet dry vac or vacuum, whatever you have. This is your oil drain plug. We're going to pop that off after the vacuum is running with your 17mm wrench, ratchet, whatever you have. At that point, you shouldn't lose a single drip of oil. We have our pan here just in case she faints or anything like that, or gets mad. So after that comes off, you're going to take this, which is a 19mm socket or wrench, your choice, don't care. This is going to go back in with your new crush washer to 18 foot-pounds. Okay, ready when you are. You good? Break it loose. Yeah, we got this nice and hot before, so it's a little bit roasty. Notice not a single drop. The pan is in a vacuum. This is awesome. You can hear the oil going. And it's going to put this back in its place. Amazing trick I wish I had known years and years and years ago. Okay, now like we said, that's 18 foot-pounds. Barely get it in there. Okay, all right. And that is how you do that. An amazing trick I wish I had known about so long ago. Not because I could have used it, but because it's super cool to know. So yeah, with that, have another drink of beer. Now you know your wife's not pissed off at you because she didn't let that drain all over you. And we can change the oil. I'll show you how that goes. Alright, so welcome to the No Mess Oil Change Club. This should be super fun, super exciting. So now you're just going to take your hose that we assembled earlier. This is a little dirty because I've been using it for a year. I just have 2 clean ones to replace whenever this one dies. If it dies, all you're going to do is push this in, find that little slot where it goes in, and then give it a quarter turn. And now look at that. Oil just flows out nice and neat. Notice no drips, no oil whatsoever. Super nice. For those of you wondering how fast it flows, let's see if we can pull this up here. It still flows out just fast enough as far as I'm concerned. Could it be faster? Absolutely. Does it need to be faster? Not in my opinion. Okay, so you can see based on the fact that this is clear now that we are done draining oil. So all you do, reach in, pull it out. Remember how I said 2 to 3 drops of oil? This one doesn't have anything. No oil whatsoever. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. I love the heck out of it. So this, if you really do not want to get your driveway dirty or your whatever the heck it is messy, and you don't want to have a drip pan, which I don't know why you wouldn't if you're changing your own oil, but it just makes life a lot nicer. Okay, there's that drip. Nope, yep, there it is. 1 drop. I can live with that. Okay, you grab that cap that came in the bucket, or the package, and you screw it on. There is an O-ring. I don't know if I covered that before. There's an O-ring right here. So even if something does fail internally, you got this cap on with a seal, which means even if something were to happen internally, there's a backup. So this is actually, in my opinion, even safer than the previous application, just the drain plug-in gasket.